Hey folks, this is Billy D.K.Y., the truth seeker who simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be the New World Order versus Meism. So basically, I've been getting trouble from the New World Order people, basically thinking I'm crazy because I think good things are going to come out of this New World Order, which, I mean, I don't see that they have really much justification at all. They kind of claim that there's going to be corruption. I'm like, and how is that any different than what we have now? How is that different than anything we've ever had throughout the history of the world? As far as I can tell, corruption has always been there. It's not been a function of your government. It's been a function of people's greed, which stems from ego. So if you really want to get rid of corruption, you deal with ego, not government. It's like the system's the problem. No, the system's not the problem. The people's the problem in the system. And so basically, you got three choices. And so let's take a look at, first let's talk about your car. To give you an analogy. When you get in your car, what do? You take it apart, you put it in reverse, you put it in neutral, you put it in drive, and then you spend most of the day going forward. Well, that's the same thing with the government as a system. It needs to keep growing and going forward. And I don't mean getting bigger as in getting fatter, but it needs to expand and connect with other governments to become more harmonious with each other. So basically, here's how it goes. Let's see here. So we got three choices really in government. And let's say right here's where we're at now. We got the United States. We got 50 states that are connected, by a governing system. And you got, Mexico's its own system, Canada, UK, and blah, blah, blah throughout the world. Everybody's segmented. And so basically you got three choices. We can stay just like we are, which we all know. Basically, life doesn't stay stagnant. It doesn't stay in the same spot. If you put a tree out in your yard, what's it going to do? It ain't going to stay 20 foot tall just because you want it to stay 20 foot tall. It's going to continue to grow, and it'll eventually die, and then a new one will come up from a seed. It's just the way it is. It moves forward. It's progressing. It's evolving, even though you may not see it. So basically, here's my point. Let's see if I can get this. You want to move towards world government. That's the way we want to move. We want to bring people together. Notice what I do not want to do. This is going back this way is dividing people. This way is bringing people together. God forbid that all the people of the world consider themselves similar and would want to be under one governance. Sure, each country have a little bit different rules and laws based on the people and their personalities and blah, blah, blah. But we can take the best of each society and have that as one governing body. So this is the way we want to go, even though you don't accept it. So basically, we got two choices. We got two other choices. One, we can stay like we are, which that's typically not how things really are. Or we can move back. Or we can go back to each state being its own government. Each state is governed by itself. Each state has to have its own military to protect it from other states, not only from different states, but also from foreign forces. So we have to have a lot more military. And where I live in Kentucky, and each state has to have its own military. And they can't coordinate together because they view each other as individuals. They cannot conceive themselves as being together. Which, you know what? Hey, man, I'm all for that. Let's just break the 50 United States up into 50 individual states. We've all become 50 new countries. You know what? I think even a better idea than that. Let's go from 50 states. Let's don't break Kentucky down in just Kentucky. Let's break it down into city government. I don't even want to be connected with the rest of the cities in Kentucky. I don't want nothing to do with them. Why? Because it's all about being closer to what meism. So, you know what? That's not even a bad idea, because then each city in Kentucky would have to have its own military to protect it from the other cities from attacking it, not to mention it'd have to be able to protect it from all the other cities in the country, plus all the countries of the world. Then we go, well, you know what? That's even, I'm getting into this, just being self-centered and dividing out and separating myself from other people. Let's move into meism. Basically, it's just going to be every person for themselves. Nobody's connected with nobody. Everybody has to have their own guns, weapons. There won't be no police force because everybody's going to be loaded up with weapons. You spend all your day fighting each other for resources, and you can't work together because it's all about me. So do you see the lunacy of this? Moving this way is ego. Moving this way is getting over ego and coming together. Oh, but Billy D.K.Y., you don't understand. You don't understand. We got the Bill of Rights, Billy D.K.Y. Yeah, guess what? I've told you over and over again that the universe all boils down to growing. Yes, I like the Constitution. I like the Bill of Rights. However, we need to move forward. You take what works from the Constitution, you move it into world governance, so everybody has free speech, freedom of religion. Yes, we're going to have to give up some rights to move towards a union with the whole world, just like each of the 50 states had to give up some of their rights to come together. And what did they benefit from coming together? They were able to have one United States military to defend them from all foreign powers abroad. And so that was a positive thing. Each one of them had to give up a little bit to come together as a big union. And notice, again, that's not only from state governments to from state governments to United States governments, to federal government. It's also from city to government, from city to state. I mean, when a city gets part of a state thing, it's going to have to give up some of its power to be part of the bigger state. Same with meism. I mean, I can go out and live in the woods and have my guns, and it's all about me. My governance is me. I had to give up some things to come in union with the rest of you. It's all about getting over yourself to come together with other people to create something better than you can by yourself. Imagine if everybody was just doing what they wanted to do and it was all about just that. I think we've already had that in the past, probably when there wasn't as many people on this earth. But for as many people as there are in this world, we have to come together and let go of some things. And again, I've said this. There may be, I'm sure there's evil people in the New World Order. I'm absolutely certain there are. But however, I'm absolutely certain there's positive people in there, too. I'd say it's probably 90% positive, 10% evil. That's the way the breakdown between good and evil typically happens. If you don't get on, you got 3 choices in life. 1, you can get in harmony with God's plan, and you'll be blessed. 2, you can get out of God's way and fade away, or you'll be exploited by somebody that is in God's plan. They're going to be blessed by taking you over. Or 3rd, you can get in God's way, and you'll get steamrolled. If you get in the way of what needs to be done, regardless if you believe it because of your egotistical belief system or because of your paranoia of things you don't understand, you're going to get your ass whacked. Like I watched Alex Jones on there, and I don't know if it was Alex Jones, but it was some guy was fighting the law down in, I can't remember, it was Arizona, exercising his First Amendment or whatever rights he was exercising, and he basically was pissing the cops off, and he got his ass kicked. Basically, not because he was violating any laws, but he was pissing off people on a personal level, making them stand around, wait for him 2 hours to get the hell out of his car. They finally busted the window, dragged his ass out and handcuffed him, forced him, a little forceful with him, teach him a lesson. I don't know. I had something else to say, but it's left me. You need to get over yourself. You need to get in harmony with the way the world's going to be and learn to embrace it, because there's going to be a lot of amazing things happen. You can't handle the truth. It doesn't appear like. I never realized how true that was, what Jack Nicholson said in that movie. You can't handle the truth! Again, I'm not doing this stuff to piss you off. I'm telling you this to help you to get your mind in harmony with what is. Am I saying don't be a lemming? Whatever the government says, I'll do it. No, I ain't saying being a lemming. Hell no, I ain't saying being a lemming. You question things, but you got the most important thing you need to question is the ridiculousness of all the paranoia. Am I not saying there's not times in life when government kills people? Yeah, absolutely. It's obvious. If you look at Nazi Germany, it was obvious. And I would say to you, if you were in Nazi Germany at that time and you were really paying attention to what was going on, if your mind was really at peace, you'd have seen it coming and you'd have got the hell out of there. How do I know that? Because some Jews got their ass out of there because they could see it coming. They could see it. They're like, holy shit, man. These people are going to kill us. They really don't like us. Again, avoid meism. Avoid separation. I'm probably screwing that all up. You want to have a philosophy of inclusion, not exclusion. That's simple. Again, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm trying to educate you and push you to the next level of getting over your ego so you can come together as one people of the world, not one person, not one people under United States or UK or wherever. Later, folks.